released a few power armor mods and gave them to Tegan. You might want to check them out.
Elder Maxon said you'd help me build the signal interceptor.
So, looks like you're calling the shots around here now, huh? Alright, I'll bite. What does your new miracle device do?
Everybody?
I'm not sure I can explain how it works, but a former Institute scientist gave me these plans. So...
Let me see. Molecular transmission via encrypted RF waves? Okay, even I have to admit, that's genius. This explains why we've been picking up anomalous energy readings all across the Commonwealth. Not to mention how they get their tin soldiers to come out of the damn walls. And this little beauty allows you to literally hijack a return signal. Instead of grabbing the intended target, it grabs you instead. Impressive.
That all sounds impressive, but can you build it?
If I can keep that flying pile of junk in the air, I can work miracles. It's difficult to make out all the details here, but I'm thinking you can get started by building a stabilized reflector platform. It's gonna take a cargo hold full of high-grade metal, but I'm sure that we have plenty of it right here at the airport.
Just tell me what we need so I can get started.
Sorry that I'm boring you. Here's a list of everything you need to find. You're also going to need a massive power source to get the signal interceptor running.
Proctor Ingram.
Treat your power armor well, and it can get you through anything.
Hey,
You point, I shoot.
go check that out.
Negative. Damn it! When it comes to keeping a Fridwin running, Proctor Ingram's the best.
Any luck building the platform yet?
Yes, I'm ready to build the rest of it.
Good. Let's move on then. Here's a list of everything we'll need. Now, I know some of that might as well be in Greek, so I'll be around if you have any questions.
Can you explain how this thing is actually gonna work?
According to Virgil's notes, it takes 4 components to complete the signal interceptor. First, we need a control console to input the code sequence and process the signal. That's the easy part. Second, we have the relay dish. That's for the interceptor part of the name. It scans and grabs the proper frequency we need. Third, and the most complex, is the molecular beam emitter. This is the actual component that translates your matter into energy for transmission. You've already built... Oh, one last thing before I forget. It's important that all the components are wired together so all the pieces are on a single grid. Otherwise, this isn't going to work. If you need any help, I'll be over at the build site making some adjustments and calculations. I'd wish you good luck, Knight, but I think we're both going to need it. close. All we need is enough power to fire up the signal interceptor.
I've got there. I'm not even really sure what to say. There are stories about, well, some big contraption out there in the Commonwealth. No one that's mentioned it, they don't know what it does. Not for sure. This next part, well, I mean, it's just keep talking, you know? It doesn't make it true. But instead, Rocket 69 is next. And, I mean,
Maxon's waiting to talk to you, and I'm not throwing the switch until he gives us.
Remarkable work, Knight. The signal interceptor appears to be complete. Are you ready to put it to the test?
You sure Ingram knows what she's doing?
Proctor Ingram's managed to keep a 40,000-ton airship aloft for the past 5 years. I'd say that earns her the benefit of the doubt. That being said, this is the first time we've attempted to directly adapt Institute technology. When we throw that switch, We don't know exactly what's gonna happen. God willing, you'll end up inside the Institute, and the mission can continue.
What are the details of my mission?
I'm glad you asked. Now, I want you to listen very carefully. Once you've entered the Institute, we expect to lose contact, so it's imperative you remember everything I'm about to tell you. About 10 years ago, the Brotherhood began recruiting civilian scientists from the capital wasteland to assist with various projects. During this process, we were able to obtain the services of Dr. Madison Lee, a noted mind in the field of nuclear engineering.
By recruiting, you mean they forced her to join?
Being at war leaves little room for compassion. That said, Dr. Lee's contributions to our cause were instrumental in maintaining order in the capital wasteland. After some time, she developed differences with the Brotherhood and exiled herself to the Commonwealth. We're fairly certain that her intent was to make contact with the Institute.
What sort of differences?
Although she was working with the Brotherhood of Steel, she never formally joined as a scribe. After the capital wasteland was secured, she objected to the Brotherhood's continued military presence there. I think she assumed we would just walk away from it all. She was wrong. Your mission is simple. Once you're inside the Institute, we want you to track down Dr. Lee's whereabouts. If you find out that she's still alive, make contact with her and convince her to return to the Brotherhood of Steel. There's a special project we're working on, and it needs her attention.
What's this project that needs her attention?
Sorry, that information is classified. I'm sure you understand. Listen to me, Knight. I'm well aware that you're risking your life going into the Institute blind. Just keep your mind on the mission, and don't let anything they say sway you from your duty. Good luck.
Elder Maxon?
You have your assignment, soldier. Move out.
Hi.
Please, just... wait. You're not with the Gunners. Are you here to help us out?
I'm here to help. What's the problem?
It's the Gunners. We caught a group of them sneaking around a few days ago and had a bit of a dust-up. They ran off too easy once they saw we were gonna fight back. Gunner, if you can help us shore up our defenses, it sure would help us out a ton.
Would it be possible to speak off the record for a moment?
Off the record. That's not like you, Dance.
Which is why this is going to be difficult to say. So I'd appreciate it if you bear with me. When you were first placed under my sponsorship, I had some serious reservations about it. Despite all that, this has turned out to be a rewarding experience. For both of us. At this point, honestly, I don't feel like there's anything else I could teach you about being a Brotherhood soldier that you don't already know. It's apparent from your attitude and your actions that you intend to keep those ideals close to your heart.
I know there's more you want to say. Go on.
Yes, I'm getting to that. I'm just not very good at these things.
Such a
Let me
positive
start at
guy,
the beginning.
Bing Crosby.
I grew up alone in the capital wasteland. Spent most of my childhood picking through the ruins and selling scrap. When I was a bit older and had a few caps to my name, I moved into Rivet City and opened a junk stand.
Yeah.
While I was there, I met a guy named Cutler.
Well,
We got along pretty well. Watched each other's backs and kept each other out of trouble. When the Brotherhood came through on a recruiting run, we felt like it was a way out of our nowhere lives.
I mean,
So we joined up.
I'm not saying anyone is a sin. You know, I'm not saying it's.
I'm glad you had greater ambitions than just selling junk.
Once I saw what the Brotherhood had to offer, there was no comparison.
I was,
Anyway,
as to
about a year after we were posted to
I have
the
a
Prydwen,
statement from the
Cutler vanished on a scouting op.
office.
It took some convincing, but I was able to persuade my CO to let me assemble a squad
Nothing
and
to
search
worry
for
about,
him.
that it's
It took almost 3 weeks,
safe and all.
but we tracked his team down to a super mutant hive. Those wretched abominations had slaughtered everyone but Cutler. He should have been so
Anyway,
lucky.
well,
The
it's
mutant bastards
something to
used
think
their
about,
FEV
I
to
guess.
change him into one of their own kind. He
this
wasn't
is,
Cutler anymore.
Maybe it's just you.
I had to.
by
It was my
Magnolia,
duty
you know,
to
from,
put him down.
From Good Neighbor.
I can't believe you do that to him.
I didn't have a choice. Ever since Cutler died, I've seen other soldiers come and go. Some were brave, some were honest. Hell, some were even downright heroic. But I'd never considered any of them to be a good friend. A friend like Cutler was. Until now. It's a good feeling, but it frightens me all the same. Having a bond with someone, then losing them. It changes you. I don't want to go through that again.
It'll never come to that. I promise.
Even though I'm well aware that you have no control over it, I appreciate the sentiment. I just thought you deserved to know how I felt. If you feel that I've overstepped my bounds, I completely understand. Whatever the case may be, I appreciate the fact that you took the time to listen. Think you're clever?
Please, just... wait.
I'm here to help. What's the problem?
It's the gunner. If
Uh-huh. Hey,
You point, I shoot.
Paladin Danse.
Would it be possible to speak off the record for a moment?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Thank you. This is difficult for me to say, so I hope you'll bear with me as I try to get through it. When you were first placed under my sponsorship, I had some serious reservations about it. Despite all that, at this point, honest, it's apparent.
Sure. I'm flattered to hear this, but I feel like there's more.
There is. Let me start at the beginning. I grew up alone when I was a bit. While I was there,
Right.
when the brother.
I'm glad you had greater ambitions than just selling junk.
Once I saw. Anyway, it took some. It took Omo, those wretched, the mutant. He wasn't Cutler anymore.
I can't believe you do that to him.
I didn't have ever since Cutler, but I'd never. It's a good feeling, but I don't want to go through.
It would never be that way with me. I care about you too much to let that happen.
From one soldier to another. I'm glad to see that our bond is as strong as ever. I just thought you deserved to know how I felt. If you feel that I've overstepped my bounds, I completely understand. Whatever the case may be, I appreciate the fact that you took the time to listen.
Hey,
What do you
Paladin
want?
Danse.
Inquiring about anything in particular?
Your thoughts?
Strange how the Commonwealth changes so much at night, isn't it?
How do you think things are between us?
I'd trust you with my life, and I assure you, that trust doesn't come easy.
Nothing else I needed.
Very well.
You just heard crawl out through the fallout. Hey, somebody,
Well, crop's coming in pretty good.
there's this article in the newspaper.
Seems to be growing well.
What? It's something. I mean, I'm not saying anyone is a saint. You know, I'm not saying it's correct at all. And you know, of course, the mayor. I mean, I was I asked to read. I have a statement from the mayor's
Last mistake.
office. You know, it's nothing to worry about. That it's, you know. That's crazy stuff. Anyway, it's something to think about, I guess.
My good karma's paying off. Yeah, take that! We won! You Minutemen really know how to bring the fight. We won't forget what you've done for us.
I want to trade a few things.
Go ahead.
work you eat. It's simple as that.
What do you need, General?
Well, that's a few gunners that won't be attacking our settlements anytime soon.
When we all work together, the bad guys don't stand a chance. Well, you ready for some more work? The Minutemen never rest. I'll mark it on your map. Go find out what they need. We could use more settlements supporting our cause.